Oh, hello and welcome back to another Walking on Air with CrayonBox, and this week it's quiz number 3. First of all, yes, I've closed the door today. You'll have to watch quiz number 2 to find out what that was about. No distractions this time, or maybe that was one. Anyway, on with the show. Last week I want to give a shout out for last week. This week, for last week, I want to give a shout out to Golf Foxtrot 22. Giles, you have been the one and only one to get all of the questions right from last week. And those answers are as follows. So the first question we asked was, what is airspeed? Now, I just want to say first of all, a lot of these questions in this book, it's to do with microlighting in Australia actually. It's actually theory workbook for learning to get your pilot's license here. I will only be asking questions that are relevant and general to the world. Aerodynamics, human factors, that kind of thing. I won't really be delving too specifically into local air law. I might get that wrong because I don't know some things that may not be relevant to other parts of the world, so please let me know in the comments if you want to discuss that further. So anyway, what is airspeed? The velocity at which an object, a machine, an aircraft, moves through the air. That was pretty easy. A lot of these will be easy, they will get harder, and some of them might even take a bit of research. Question number 2 from last week, what is ground speed? So velocity at which an object moves through the air in relation to the ground. So how fast is the machine, aircraft, whatever it is, moving across the ground? That could even be a balloon, for example. It's moving across the ground in the massive air that's moving, but it's still moving across the ground. And the third one, what is wind velocity? Again, pretty straightforward, but all good theory to know for working other things out in the future, I guess. The speed at which air moves over and relative to the ground. Giles was talking about Golf Foxtrot 22. He was talking about vectors and things like that, you know, direction and different points in the air. But just generally speaking, wind velocity is the air speed across the ground, relative to the ground. With airspeed of 50 knots and a wind speed, with airspeed of 50 knots and a wind speed of 10 knots, what would be the ground speed? A, flying into wind. So what we do there is we take our airspeed, and because we're going into wind, it's taking our ground speed away from us, which is 10 knots, so it's 50 minus 10 is 40. Question B, flying downwind. So with the wind, what is our ground speed? So this time the wind is assisting us, and it's 50 plus 10 knots, which will be 60 knots. Why is it so windy today? We've finally got some rain. Hopefully there's some more tomorrow. There's a bit of a video I'm doing at the moment, you might have already seen, about fires on Fraser Island, and hopefully this weather is going to help with trying to put those out. They've been burning for well over a month now, so you might want to check those videos out. Alright, now that we've had that little intermission break, next week's questions, or today's questions for the answers you are going to give me by next week are, we might start doing this monthly too, by the way. Let me know again if that's a thing you want to do, or if you like doing these weekly. Define a stall. That's question 1 for next week. Define a stall. I'm only going to ask the question as it appears in this book. I don't need to give too much away. Question B, when does a stall occur? And question C, how can a stall be avoided? All part of the pilot's test, need to know knowledge before you fly. Before you get behind the yoke, the joystick, or the control bar in a microlight. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to your answers for next week, and we'll catch up then. And please submit your answers so that I can give you a shout out if you are correct, as you have seen in this video. For Golf Foxtrot 22, thank you very much, everybody. Bye for now.